just sucked the gravity right out of the...
A two-time scoring champion and a player who was on top of the highest paid players in the league at one point. He is a seven-time NBA All-Star, seven-time All-NBA selection, and winner of the NBA Most Improved Player Award in 2001. He was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame as part of the class of 2017. Standing 6 feet 8 inches tall, McGrady played as a shooting guard and small forward. His career averages were 19.6 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 4.4 assists per game. McGrady was known for his laid-back demeanor and scoring prowess.
Quickly just turning it over left to right.
B-Max got a smaller Jason. Oh! Backdoor pass.
He once scored 41 points in a game, despite being asleep right until tip-off.
Right hand.
20-year-old performance, huh?
A performance that inspired the nickname The Big Sleep.
Got Armstrong, he's got Garachek. He takes it!
Many of his contemporaries, including Paul Pierce, have called him one of the most difficult players they have ever had to guard. McGrady's playing style has been compared to George Gervin's because both players made scoring appear easy with their smooth approach to the game. At his peak, he was an explosive player, capable of finishing at the rim over the defense. McGrady was also a threat from the outside and would frequently pull up for deep three-pointers over unsuspecting defenders. Some analysts have remarked that McGrady's length, playmaking, and shooting abilities would have made him more effective in the modern era of basketball, and that he was ahead of his time. During his time as an All-Star, McGrady was frequently criticized for not having led any team beyond the first round of the playoffs. Some analysts have defended McGrady.
Shot clock down to 5. McGrady can backboard and it's put down on no one. Tracy McGrady from Alabama.
Feeling that he was the victim of bad rosters and unfortunate circumstances, his effort level, leadership, and toughness were also questioned at times. In response to these criticisms, former Rockets coach Jeff Van Gundy described McGrady as a poor practice player, but praised his coachability, unselfishness, and ability to perform well in big games. A relatively unknown player coming out of Florida, McGrady made a name for himself after a strong performance at the Adidas ABCD camp, an experience that helped him recognize his true talent. He entered the NBA straight out of high school and was selected as the 9th overall pick by the Toronto Raptors in the 1997 NBA Draft. Beginning his career as a low-minute player, he gradually improved his role with the team.
React to it when they act like they're 19 and 20 years old. I think that you're going to have to wait for it.
As far as talent, every team that he worked out for could see that he's going to be an outstanding player.
Eventually forming a duo with his cousin Vince Carter. By the 1999-2000 season, the duo had developed a reputation for their athleticism. Giving memorable performances at the All-Star Weekend Slam Dunk Contest. McGrady, now playing significant minutes, was a contender for the 6th Man of the Year award before being elevated to Toronto's starting backcourt in late March. In the following offseason, McGrady signed as a free agent with the Orlando Magic, making a promising duo with Grant Hill. For the 2001-02 season, he averaged 25.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game, earning his second All-NBA team selection, this time to the All-NBA First Team. During that year's All-Star game, he completed one of the most memorable highlights of his career, throwing the ball off the backboard to himself and completing an alley-oop in traffic.
Not that one, Mr. McGrady!
In 2002-03, McGrady won his first scoring title and, behind averages of 32.1 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game, finished a career-best 4th in NBA Most Valuable Player award voting. In Game 1 of the playoffs, he scored a team playoff record 43 points to help Orlando take an early series lead against the top-seeded Detroit Pistons. The Magic would go on to take a commanding 3-1 lead, and McGrady made headlines when he prematurely assumed that Orlando was guaranteed to advance, replying in an interview, It feels good to get in the second round. Despite holding the series lead, the Magic were eliminated in 7 games. The 2003-04 season was a tumultuous one for McGrady. McGrady coach Doc Rivers was fired after a 1-10 start. Throughout the season, Orlando struggled because of a series of injuries, finishing the year with the worst record in the East, despite McGrady winning his 2nd consecutive scoring title. Late in the season, McGrady scored a career-high 62 points in a winning effort versus the Washington Wizards. In 2004, McGrady was traded to the Houston Rockets, where he paired with center Yao Ming to help the Rockets become a perennial playoff team. On December 9, 2004, McGrady had one of the most memorable performances of his career, scoring 13 points in the final 35 seconds against the San Antonio Spurs to secure a comeback victory. The sequence included 4 consecutive three-pointers, one of which was part of a 4-point play, and the last of which was a game winner in the final 2 seconds. In Game 2 of the first round of the postseason, he had another signature performance, completing a thunderous dunk over 7'6" Dallas Mavericks center Sean Bradley. And hitting a game winner for a 113-111 victory. Unfortunately, that was the last season McGrady played injury-free. The problems with his shoulder started and never ended. McGrady also had a knee injury that cost his explosiveness. Yao Ming also went down with a foot injury, and the Rockets failed to make it further than the first playoff round. In 2010, the Rockets front office decided to trade McGrady to the New York Knicks in a 4-term deal. McGrady finished the season with the Knicks playing in 24 games. In the offseason, McGrady signed with the Detroit Pistons.
10-point Pistons lead. Alley-oop. Back
Floor up for teammates.
Here's McGrady right to the
but was only a shadow of the player he once was, averaging only 8 points per game. Next year, he was in Atlanta averaging 5.3 points. And in 2012, he moved to China. The following year, McGrady made one final push in the NBA, signing with the San Antonio Spurs right before the playoffs, but barely played. In August 2013, McGrady announced his retirement. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, press the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new uploads.